Cheers! Oh! Welcome to MovieBitches. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 8. Oh. First things first, shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Oh.
It's going to be a running
all
theme.
night. Get ready.
I don't know if I'm ready.
I won't do it that much.
Okay, good.
Just every now and then.
Oh, Cher overload.
Yep. Already, yep. Shout out to our wine sponsor, Wink. Trywink.com/moviebitches. You get $22 off your first order of wine. I went in there and I was like, don't fuck with me, fellas! And they gave me $2 more.
I own 51% of this company.
Also, we're both wearing our fabulous Cunt Island t-shirts in honor of Cher, of course.
Of course.
These, along with many others, including our Clue shirts, are available at moviebitches.threadless.com.
So, the episode starts,
Aww.
and I'm still going through Monique withdrawal.
Right?
This episode wasn't bad, but I certainly missed her.
Monique was just eliminated, and I feel like my friend in this competition is gone.
Well, now y'all stuck with me.
The Vixen's talking in the confessional, and she's like, I know that all these girls hate me and that I don't have any friends here, and now I have no reason to hold back. And I was like, you were holding back?
Right?
Wait, what?
We'll talk more about the Vixen. I feel like there were strong choices that were made that weren't in anyone's best interest.
No. I mean, I appreciated a lot about this episode, the pep talk that happened. But yeah, I was like, wait, there's more? This isn't, you're already at 11.
Yeah.
There's more?
I just don't like you.
Like, she's like,
Yeah,
I just don't like you. I mean, I feel like Eureka's taking it in stride.
Quite.
It's just like, girl, fine.
I mean, in real life, there are people that you just don't get along with. You just don't like and
Sure.
you just don't want to have to deal with. When you're thrust into this situation, however, you either can just continually be fighting or you can be professional and just be like, look, I don't really like you, but I'll be cordial. She chose the former.
She was not being cordial.
No, not at all.
Well, and then, because we were speculating all last week, like, what was under Asia's fish mask? What was under there? Did she paint her face? What was going on? So at first she's sort of talking half.
Well, it's like prosthetic.
Yeah,
it's like latex mask.
It was like face off. Like she fully attached it to her face. I still really would have liked to have maybe seen a lip sync with the fish mouth.
Well, I just don't understand how
Just would have been like,
it would have worked.
I don't know.
Because the lips weren't really moving.
I mean, they like kind of moved, but like not to articulate.
Right.
Like they like went like this, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I mean, maybe that would have been kind of fun.
Maybe.
And then maybe she rips it off. I'm not sure.
know.
All I'm saying is I definitely still think Asia should have been in the bottom.
But then when she ripped it off with the Hitler mustache, she couldn't do that.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean,
So,
it
like-
was just eyeliner and a mustache.
I mean, I don't know if she was like, well, this is just prosthetics and this is the mask that I'm wearing, like, on my face.
I just think that's
they were
not
like,
okay.
I don't think so either. I don't think that that's an excuse to not be in the bottom too.
Right.
Then that's a choice that you made, and that choice has now landed you going home because you couldn't lip sync for your life. Or that means that if you think you're in the bottom, then you gotta take that fucking mask off and in Untucked do as much makeup as you fucking can so that you can lip sync.
I mean, I would have liked to have seen it.
I would have too. And I feel like she should have prepared for
still
that
have
regardless
questions.
because she knew that she was in the bottom 3.
Yes. Monet is sort of talking about how, somewhat shadily, but not too shadily, talking about how she can't believe Aquaria won Snatch Game.
Right. Gag of the season.
I mean, it was. I mean, I'm still...
I was very surprised that Aquaria won Snatch Game of all challenges.
Exactly. And
Sure.
not to say she didn't earn it, because I thought she did, but I was also surprised.
Well, Monet did not seem to think that she earned
Monet
it.
was also sort of...
Surprised in terms of her performance. She was like, I'm surprised that I didn't win and you did.
I really thought I was going to win.
Yeah.
Or Eureka, but definitely me. I was supposed to win. I think I should have won.
I really thought that it was going to be Eureka myself. I didn't see you winning.
But once again, her runway.
Let her down.
Yep.
They're talking about an Aquaria quotes Shangela. You'll never be glamour.
Let me show y'all what glamour. This is glamour.
You'll never be glamour. I will never look like that.
True. You'll never be glamour.
It was silly. Aquaria's growing on me.
I agree.
Color me shocked. Whatever the phrase is.
I never disliked her.
Never disliked her, but I didn't see. I'm getting to know her more.
Exactly.
And I'm liking it.
I fully agree.
Before it felt like a caricature.
Yeah.
And it was just like, well...
Just kind of like a blank facade.
Yeah, now I'm starting to like get to know her and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, you're really fun.
Yeah.
This is fun. And
Yeah.
then Monet is like, she's like, I was doing RuPaul and she's standing next to
Oh
him
my
with the white wig. And I was like, yes.
But no.
I mean, it's a no, but yes.
You not into it?
It's a different kind of beauty.
It's a different species.
They all walk into the workroom. Monet has found another sponge.
Oh my God.
They're back. The sponges
The
are
sponges
back.
are back.
And they're all sort of sitting around. They're going to do like an arm
Arm
wrestling.
wrestle?
Okay, girl. Okay, Cameron, let's all arm wrestle. I mean, everyone is like upset. It's like they've never seen someone
With muscles?
with muscles before.
Oh, we'll talk about the dancers.
Oh, we will talk about. I mean, she's more in shape than the dancers.
That is
Maybe
false.
not in shape, but she's more
Maybe than
toned.
some of them. Maybe
She's
than
more,
some of them.
She's more toned.
You watch your mouth.
See, there's a difference between being in shape and being able to do a dance
Uh-huh.
and being like ripped.
But some of those dancers were both.
Sure. Just saying some of them weren't.
Sure.
We'll talk about
Don't
it.
be coming for my faves, Ave.
Asia is saved by the bell.
Yes.
And
Chad.
Chad comes up, but that would have been fun if he was there and
Right.
like, kind of gave him some tips.
Right.
So it wasn't a night of
Now,
pose,
see,
you know, it was
see,
a lot
that
of
would have
pose.
been good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Particularly because Chad famously has been like, it's not just whole, you know? So, yeah.
I think Ru was helpful and it was knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable, but less helpful about doing a good share.
He was more so like, I know all this information about
Right.
Cher, and you need to embody the essence of Cher.
I
But he
would've
wasn't
loved-
like, oh, you know, if you do your R's like this.
Right. I would have loved, like, last week
With Bianca.
with Bianca, if they had Chad.
Chad.
I mean, if they had Cher come in, that would be really great.
Oh my God. I mean,
Yeah.
her son and mother have both already been on the show, so why not?
Oh, so you came out of Cher's vagina.
Please welcome someone who has come out twice since coming out of Cher, and someone who's came back 66 years after Cher came out of her.
More of that.
Yes.
I feel like they should bring back the interview challenge.
I
because
fully agree.
I like it.
Yes.
It's usually a disaster.
Yeah,
But it's a
someone always does
hilarious
well.
one.
Oh my God, Monique would have been fabulous at that.
So
Okay,
good.
we'll stop talking about her. I'm sorry.
We won't,
No.
but we'll try.
Yeah.
Well, Chad.
Trinity kept calling me Chad. And golden rule, you gotta know the name of the person that you're interviewing.
So the mini challenge is say something to get yourself slapped.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
Which was fun.
This was
a new
really
one.
fun. I liked the idea of going back. What about me? What about
Juju?
What about Tyra? I still quote that all the time.
He does.
What about Jujubee? Oh my God.
Eureka goes up to her and just says
HD.
HD.
It took me a while to figure out what she had said.
HD.
And then next was Cameron, and
is
she
good.
comes up and she's just like,
They call you mother, but at your age, shouldn't it be grand?
I didn't like where that was going. And then Miss Crackers, though, this one took me a long time to wrap my head around.
The new host of Drag Race, Lady Bunny Girl.
Oh my God, there's a bird in here.
I mean, it sounded like a Cards Against Humanity card. Like, and the next host of RuPaul's Drag Race is, you know, Anne Frank, you know, or whatever.
Unsinged hog body.
Fresh tilapia. She goes, oh, look, is that a little bird over there? I think that's a... She, like, guts her like a fish, and they have a whole scene where she's
They
like...
did.
Oh, and then she's like, et tu, RuPaul, or
I wish she
whatever.
had just said, et tu, Ru.
I mean, at least it rhymes.
Exactly.
Monet
Monet.
was sort of like, you wear it well. And the Vixen, it just says Miss
Vanjie.
Vanjie, which I don't think that would make Ru
Slap
slap you
her.
or make her laugh.
No.
Uncontrollably. Miss Vanjie.
Vanjie.
They also kind of have a dance party
Yep,
to
yep,
Miss Vanjie.
yep.
And then it was a good smack.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... I mean,
And like fall, it was like a dramatic, it was good. Well, and then Asia.
oh, this was so funny.
Oh my God.
You hit like a girl, too bad you don't look like one.
Now that was good. Oh my God.
You hit like a girl. Too bad you don't look like one, which was then ironic that she like accidentally actually really hit her hard.
I mean, I don't know how hard it was, but she actually hit her.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. It's about to be Asia O'Hara's drag race. I'm about to own this whole building.
I was like, oh, so she's gonna win, because that was really funny that she like made a joke out of
Yes,
you know, the whole
yes,
thing, and then also
yes.
don't sue us, but like it was funny.
Yeah, here's $2,000. Shut up.
My name's Aquaria, and my birthday is February 12th, 1996.
And then Aquaria's was funny, the idea, but she's like, my name is Aquaria, and I was born February 26, 1977, in a small town in
77?
1997.
That was the opposite of the joke,
Yes,
Andrew.
yes.
Asia O'Hara, come here. You stand right there. Slap this bitch for me.
Yes, slap her.
This was funny that like Ru was like, Asia, come over here. I can't risk slapping anyone for real again. I don't trust myself. Would you
slap
please
her.
slap this bitch? And then she does, and it was a good slap.
It was a good slap.
Yeah.
It was good.
So I was like, well, Asia's
That
gonna
is,
win.
she's
And
definitely
then it was
gonna
like, oh, Asia won.
Yeah.
So that was super fun. It was like nonsensy, and I liked it a lot.
So then Ru announces the Maxi challenge is Cher, the Unauthorized Rusical. Because I guess there's a Cher musical coming to Broadway. I didn't realize.
I didn't know either.
I do know that Cher is currently in Vegas, and I would like to go.
I did not know that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We should go.
Yes. Also, Bette needs to go.
Oh.
And I will be
Oh, I would
there immediately.
be there for Bette.
Speaking of Cher musicals,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's time that if you are not familiar, which most of you are not,
Boy.
we call to your attention the one-woman show that Cher...
That aired on television.
That Cher produced of West Side Story. I will be playing all the parts.
I will be playing all the parts. Thank you.
It's everything you could
my
ask
God.
for and more.
My favorite part about it is that in There's a Place for Us, you don't realize how many times the word time is said in that song until you hear Cher do it. Because somehow she's turned T-I-M-E into T-A-O-I-M-E. There's a town for us, a place and town for us, town for no time to share, town to love. It's like, it's crazy.
There's a town together, town to spend, town to care.
Oh man, I wish they had done that as one of the shares.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Oh my God. That would have
I
been
feel
like
like
real.
they could have had more, you know, it was like all, sure it's Cher, but it was like all musical, like, versions of Cher and then Hollywood Cher, you
Right.
know, whatever. And I was like, oh, they should have had like workout fitness Cher and West Side Story one woman show Cher.
Sure.
Get into it.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're gonna hand them a surprise tonight.
Why not do burlesque Cher? Like, I mean, they did the Wagon Wheel Watusi at the end.
Right.
But like, they could have made some of the parts funnier.
And more different from each other.
Yes.
But it was good. I like
It was.
on a whole.
It was.
I liked it.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so she announces that they're all going to be different eras of Cher, and I was like, oh, there's going to be a lot of bad Cher impressions this episode, and there was.
I need brand new sound.
Bump on the head.
Oh, Gypsy Queen. Oh.
Bump, bump, disco share.
Oh, disco Cher, or whatever. That was really bad. But that was making me, they just kept, they made disco Cher like
Disco
a.
Cher.
Disco Cher.
I just like wishing that someone had like a little Cher doll.
Please stop staring. Yes, it's Cher.
Why did they have Sean Hayes as a guest judge?
I mean, Sean Hayes absolutely should have been a guest judge, but also Sean Hayes should have played Sonny Bono.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been so
Oh, that would have been so great.
Right?
Oh my God, I would have loved it.
Ru comes around to the workroom and she's talking to everybody and she goes up to Asia and she's like, so do you sing? And Asia's like, not really, no. And Ru is just like, well, that never stopped me. Like, I feel like Ru's having fun this season.
Yes.
You know, she's being silly, she's joking around, she's giving them good advice. Like, I feel like she's been...
She's present.
She's present. She's been kind of, like, I feel like...
Sometimes she's
past couple
aloof.
seasons- aloof or just like, well, hang yourself, I don't care, you know, instead of like, now what's going on with you?
Right.
Let me give you a pep talk and like lead you in the direction I want you to go, you know? So I was appreciating it.
Constructive Ru.
Yeah. Then she goes over to Monet and she's like, oh, you're like an opera singer, right? Like, so yay you're loving this
You
or whatever.
Sing, yeah.
And Monet's like, yeah, but I'm like a baritone and you know, well, sorry. I'm a bass. My voice is really deep, so I'm kind of worried about it. And Ru is basically like,
whatever you excel at, fucking apply it to everything.
You have a talent, you have a skill, fucking own yourself. I'm sick of people compartmentalizing themselves and like, just be talented. Get over it. And I'm just like, yeah.
I did like this. That was a good, and
it.
it's true where it's like, okay, but like you need to learn to apply your skills to every challenge. No matter if it, like, none of this like, oh, I'm not an actor, so this is an acting challenge, I'm gonna be bad. It's like, no, you figure out what you're good at and you apply it to whatever the challenge is.
Exactly. Well, then she goes over to Eureka and she's just like, so, have you and the Vixen made up? And Eureka's like, no, she has made it very clear that she does not like me and doesn't want to talk to me.
Maybe we're not meant to be friends. When someone doesn't like me, it's hard for me to understand why. So instead, let me just not worry about that.
Oh, and then
the Vixen's just giving like all of these, oh, I'm gonna play a violin, oh, I'm just gonna make
really
childish.
I was gonna say playing air instruments.
Oh God, we'll talk about it.
It's like her go-to move.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, she was doing like the wah wah, you're complaining about me. And I was like, this is so childish. Ru is in the room.
Yep.
Also, if you're gonna do it, you do the baby violin that nobody can hear but you.
Snap out of it.
I'm snapping, Ru.
Snap out of it.
Today's catch of the day is
Napa.
I hope you're hungry.
Is she pretty?
No. Because catch of the day is snapper.
She's trying to get like Eureka's not very good at it or whatever, and then Ru's just like,
I'm snapping, Ru.
That was Ethel Merman. If we were doing an Ethel Merman challenge, you'd be right on.
And then I was like, yes, an Ethel Merman challenge.
But like which, I mean, obviously I know what section you would want.
Gypsy.
Mom's coming. Mom.
I love it.
Yeah.
Someone can be It's a Mad, 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 Mad World Ethel Merman.
Will you just shut up and let me talk?
Someone gets like a 5-second part where they're Ethel Merman from Airplane.
It's Lieutenant Hurwitz. Severe shell shock. Thinks he's Ethel Merman.
You'll be swell. You'll be great.
I'd be anything goes Ethel Merman.
Ooh, that's a good Ethel Merman.
I like this game.
Anything goes.
There's no business like show business, Ethel Merman.
Nowhere could you get that happy feeling. Sing it when you are stealing that extra mile. There's no people like no people.
Maybe someone would do Ethel Merman for Snatch Game.
That's a great idea.
Great idea.
Yes, approved. So then Ru goes to Ms. Cracker and she is playing the comeback Cher.
Right.
And
I was like, which one?
I mean, yeah, which? The first comeback. No. Maybe
All
like the third comeback? Anyway. Cher is a gem.
I want to add as many gags about age as possible. If I could have, at some point, someone throw me a cane and go forward on a cane.
And she's basically like, oh, I want to make a bunch of like I'm old jokes. And Ru's just like, oh, don't do that. No, absolutely not. We will get letters from Cher. No, don't do that.
Tweets.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, Cher's tweets with the emojis and the caps and everything is just... The thing is, the Miss Cracker's joke was bad. So I was like, well, I'm glad that Ru said no.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my frustration a little bit with this Rusical was that it was a little too serious. Like, I feel like a little touch here and there of like lighthearted fun.
Right.
Of joking about Cher would have made it a little bit more fun and funny.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I think that's why Aquaria's thing of like, enough of these cheap clothes.
Yeah, which wasn't even planned.
Exactly.
It was funny.
It was funny because it was like, let's toss a little lightheartedness into this instead of being like, oh, Cher, we worship thee. You know, it was like, we get it, yes, but also.
And then, I mean, I was surprised she really like went to everybody.
Everyone.
She goes to the Vixen and she's like, oh, have you like made up with Eureka? Or you seem to get in a lot of fights. And she's just like, well, I keep it real, basically. And like, tell it like it is so they don't like me. And Ru's like, I don't really think that's what's going on. Like, can we dig a little deeper? I don't think that's what's happening. And all the girls are kind of like, girl, what?
I think they know that I keep it real and they can't play phony around me because I call bullshit all the time.
She's so combative.
Well, she's like, so how are you gonna apply that like anger or whatever to Cher? And she's like, oh, well, I'm gonna be feisty.
I think Cher would throw a glass or two every once in a while. Sure. Cher.
And Ru was just like, sure.
Right? I was like, Cher is not throwing glasses. She is a lady.
She is a lady. Cher doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
But she would never do that.
No.
Aquaria is like very, I feel like, confident in herself.
Uh-huh.
And doesn't, you know, necessarily have the best voice.
TV's gone, moving on.
Well, right, but she also is confident. Like, she was like, well, these are the 5 notes that I can sing. It's not like she's like, oh, I'm an amazing singer, Ru.
No.
I'm fabulous.
No.
It was like, well, I'm lucky that I can at least sing.
Generally,
this.
sing in this range or whatever. And I don't know, I just feel like maybe because Miss Cracker's feeling insecure because she hasn't won, and Aquaria seems to be going on the rise or whatever it is, but she was really kind of...
She was really coming for Aquaria.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's this about? It's not a cute look.
Aquaria, are you nervous after your meeting?
No.
Oh.
Should I be? Does it sound like I need to be?
It seems like they're trying to rattle her.
I guess.
Maybe not, fully intentionally, but like it seems like that's
their perception of it was like, oh God, that was a mess. You okay? / also I'm gonna be like, oh, hi.
Plant that seed.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after that terrible performance you just turned in? Bad? So weird. But I do like that Aquaria seems to just be like, yeah, girl, whatever, it's cool. What?
Right?
No, I was great, huh?
I
Are you
loved
talking
you.
to me? Like, oh, I love it. I'm great. But not even in an overly...
No.
She's just like, okay, that's how you feel, sure. Like, she doesn't seem to let things get to her, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Miss Cracker was really coming for her, and I just
Yeah.
didn't feel it was warranted. But
Me either, but I'm not living it there, so who knows?
Exactly.
But this was funny to me mostly because Aquaria, this entire workroom, just was serving me some Derek Zoolander realness.
It's true, she was!
I was just waiting for her to be like, well, Ru.
She could have been Derek Zoolander for Snatch Game.
Oh. I mean, you have to be Ben Stiller, I guess?
Right.
I mean, there's a lot to work with there.
Right? And just be like the dumbest.
Yeah. I wrote Blue Steel. What if they were like down on the end and then you'd be like, well, I can't talk to them because I can't turn left.
Oh, yes. And then we get to the rehearsal with Todrick. It was mostly bad.
It was mostly
on a
bad.
whole, like everybody
I was very concerned about everyone.
This is like
Todrick was very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Words, and where are they? I forgot them. I need you to remember them.
No one was really having a lot of fun on stage, and I get it. It's very hard. It's serious.
There's a lot to
choreography to learn. There's lyrics that you're still trying to get down. And You
Yeah.
have to sing it and perform it. It's a lot of juggling of plates and hats and whatever.
Yeah.
Spinning plates and
Lots of
juggling
you've
balls.
got lots of balls in the air.
Yeah, balls in the air.
Spinning plates,
balls in the air.
You're performing on the Ed Sullivan Show. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
The Vixen sounds like Robert Goulet. Like it was like real bad. Oh, the single ladies. It was like not great.
This TV queen, she hit the scene, divorcing Sonny.
To fight the unbeatable foe, to bear.
And then we find out like Eureka goes up and
Right.
she's really having a hard time and seems like she's going through something, and then it turns
Yeah.
out she was. She keeps saying like, oh, can I just do the choreography and not sing? And then she keeps kind of not singing, and then Todrick really won't let it go.
Right.
and she really won't let it go, and it got a little weird.
Awkward, yeah.
And then we find out that, like, she had a childhood experience where she was going to sing in front of her dad's friends, and she didn't want to, and it turned into a physical altercation, and it was like, oh my God. So she was like, I just need to get over this and move forward, and, like, I want to win this, so I'm not going to let this beat me, basically. And I feel like she mostly overcame it.
Yeah.
So that's good for her.
She started off a little temporary.
When you're in doubt, I want you to think, what would Cher do?
So then in the workroom,
right.
I like that Asia is like, the Vixen, are you pressed for time? And she's like, no. So she's like, okay, let's just take a minute.
Take a walk with me.
Yeah.
Come chat with me.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to resolve this. I think because Asia, in many ways, she didn't say this, but like saw herself or saw people she knew in the Vixen, because she seemed to have a very clear understanding of like why she was acting this way.
Yeah, she seemed to see the underlying issues, and I think that she just that was from listening.
Yes.
You know, she like picking up the context clues and the little breadcrumbs that were left there, and really piecing it together and being like, I feel like this is not about Eureka
necessarily,
or the situation.
Maybe subconsciously you might go to a place of anger because Eureka is a representation of a lot of what you don't like in the community.
The thing with the Vixen is that it seems like she really has a fear of being disliked.
Or vulnerable.
Of not having her voice heard.
Can't nobody take your feelings from you or tell you your feelings not valid. Yeah. But make sure you understand why you're angry and what you're angry at. What's getting mad at her gonna help the Vixen. Yeah. And strength doesn't have to be vocal.
My hope is just that she come back in the reunion and have changed her approach.
Right. And Asia says in the confessional, she's like, you know, is the Vixen handling this situation well? No. Do I understand where she's coming from and what this is all about? Absolutely, yes. Like, she was like, I'm not apologizing for it, but like, I know where this is stemming from.
Yeah.
And it was just like a really mature and an interesting conversation.
Whatever happens between you and her, I want to make sure it's because of Eureka specifically and not something bigger than us that we really have no control over.
And I was just like, oh, good for you, Asia. Like, it really showed her emotional maturity. It turned out later that she regressed backwards, and we'll get there. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, she was like a real good pep talk mother hen. Just like, seemed like, girl, I've been there.
Yeah.
And like, you're gonna get through this, and I feel like you need to be more aware of yourself and just grow.
The only people that need to know you're strong are you and them judges out there.
I really appreciated this, and
I'm glad they spent the time on it. I mean, it was a
too.
long section, but it was very interesting.
There's that article from Monique, that interview with Monique, where she was talking about the last week's episode and how, you know, the conversation with Ms. Cracker and Cameron, where it was like, oh, I spent, you know, more on Drag Race than I did on my, you know,
house,
the down payment for my house, or than I did on college. And Monique's like, you own a house? You went to college?
Yeah.
Like, it's a different conversation.
Right.
And I appreciate that at least, if nothing else, the conversation is being brought up.
Exactly.
Sometimes to be strong, you have to be a little soft. You have to learn how to take that and turn it into strength from a place of love.
Thank you. So quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with Cher, the Unauthorized Rusical.
Ru comes down the runway in this like blue columned pleated.
She looked like she was a decoration at a kid's birthday party.
What sort of kid's birthday party? Like all the hats?
Like a pool party, maybe? Yeah.
It's Andrew Reynolds and
Billy Eichner.
And I was so excited.
Yes. From what he said, from Billy on the Street and American Horror Story. And I was like, and
Difficult People.
Difficult People.
Why is no one talking about Difficult People? I miss it. It was so good and
so
funny.
Good. If you didn't watch it, you should still watch all 3 seasons because they're fabulous.
They're so good.
It's basically just us.
Now I
so
want to rewatch
obviously
it
we're
again.
biased. It's so good.
I should rewatch it on the
Oh
plane.
my god, the old-timey episode.
Oh my god.
I think that might be one of my favorites.
Way. And we're off. Oh, great. Just fuck Steamboat Willie.
she's announcing Michelle, and she's like,
one of the original bitches of Eastwick, Michelle Visage.
I think you mean bitches of Beastwick.
Eastside.
Yes.
And Andrew Reynolds is just like, it wasn't a strong reaction, like not like a what, but it was definitely, it wasn't a Carson reaction.
No, it was just like,
but it was, oh, that happened. Oh, he could not control his face.
No, it was just a lot of like
reacting. Oh, and it was like, yes, I like all of this. So then we get to Cher, the Unauthorized Rusical, and it starts with Cher tweets.
Yeah.
So I liked the idea, Cher tweets, yes, fabulous, I love it. But the person, whoever was doing the VO that was supposed to be Cher was like really bad.
It sounded like Ross Matthews doing a Cher impression, and I was like, this is bad.
Kathy Griffin just left. That bitch got me all wired up. Sticking out tongue and winking emoji.
I feel like even Ru's Cher is better. So I was like, just get Ru to do it.
Or get Chad to do it when he was already filming something.
Right? Anyway, she talks about Kathy Griffin and goes driving to Malibu, turning right, then left.
Oh my God.
And getting to her house.
Then you're at my house.
Then you're at my house.
Go to Malibu, turn left, turn right at my house.
Up first is Cameron Michaels. And I thought the look was really good. Really right. She really had a nice timbre, I thought.
Yes.
I thought she had a nice-ish singing voice. And she really kind of got...
she got the Cherisms.
The inflection of it all.
Yeah.
And I think it helped her, because she sort of had the slow, methodical number. Like, if she had the, like, snap out of it, like, it probably wouldn't have gone her way, It was
I
kind
agree.
of worked out for Cameron.
Yeah.
But I thought this was really good, and I was, like, pleasantly surprised. I was like, you did a great job. And then this guy that just dressed like Sonny Bono shows up, and it was really weird. Remember when he just like shows up?
It was so weird.
Like he just appeared. So I was like, what? Who's that? What's going on? And then next was Monet Exchange. And she had a lot of energy.
Yeah,
and
a lot.
She had all the dancing right. Yeah. She had a great singing voice. Didn't really sound like Cher.
Not
kind of
particularly.
Really sounded like Tim Curry.
A fortune-telling witch from New Orleans. By the light of the night, it'll all seem alright.
It was really giving me some Tim Curry.
Now, I would also be here for like a Rocky Horror Picture Show drag.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Right?
Yeah.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Or a Night of 1,000 Tim Currys. Here for it. If someone finds a way to dress like Essex from Fern Gully, like just the blobby.
Oh my God. You and Fern Gully.
Mother's milk.
Smoke. Mother's milk.
Oh my God.
Didn't you love Fern Gully?
Sure, I don't think I've watched it in 20 years.
Oh, we should definitely retro review it.
Yeah.
It's got all the 90s charm of like, save the planet, Earth Day, but then like Robin Williams is there. It's great.
Oh. Monet gave me the most like, I'm Cher and I'm fabulous, like charisma. I felt the charisma more than anything else, and that's why I think really sold it, which it seems like they liked her Cher the best. Mostly.
They were
mixed. They like Cameron's and Monet's the best.
Yeah, and some people liked others more than, some people have like really strong, like, well, you didn't do enough of and I was like, well, I feel like it was pretty close. I don't know.
I agree, but...
You didn't give me enough Cher. It's like, well...
I mean, the Vixen did not.
That's a tall order.
Yes, it is. Yes. And I do agree with Asia that...
Be an icon. You know what I mean? It's just like, whoa. That's a tall order.
That was somebody
Ru was like, Cher just has that it factor.
And I'm
like, if you could just, have that it factor, and I'm like, well, if everyone could just have that it factor, everyone would be Cher. When they were announcing all the Chers, I was like, oh, who's gonna get stuck with half-breed and have to, like, manage that, like how Alexis Michelle had to like manage like, and I'll be the Native American from the Village People. And it was like I was like, oh no. But then like the song addressed it. It was like cultural appropriation. Like, come on, it was a while ago. It was all about fashion, and it was like, okay, I guess we're apologizing for this. Okay, cool.
Right? I was like, she's also Native American. You guys.
It was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, she pulled it off, and it was silly and fun.
Yes.
And then next was the Vixen.
Yeah. It was like almost like Diana Ross or something. It was like, who are you trying to do?
Even like Gene Simmons to lip me the tongue.
like the rise and fall of her phrasing. She didn't have like a musicality to it.
No, she did not have a musicality to it. That is
what
very
I'm saying.
true. Yes.
Like, so
yes.
it sounded like I'm singing
then
because
I-
I'm singing a phrase, but it's not really a phrase.
Right.
You know, and you're like, well. And it really felt like she was teetery on her leg. It was a little like, I can't do all this at once.
Right,
It's
right.
hard. I
Yes.
mean, I couldn't do all this at once.
Sure.
Terrible choreography. But it just felt like a bit topsy-turvy or something.
She struggled.
Yeah.
So then next was Aquaria.
Yeah.
And I thought this was good. I don't know. The judges didn't like it as much as I did.
Yeah. I
you know,
thought she really got the these are how many fucks I give Cher attitude.
Yes.
Which I thought was really helpful, particularly that era, you know what I mean? It was very just like, come for me, I couldn't give a fuck. You know, she had that vibe.
Oh. I was just thinking about like the Cher show.
Ugh.
And like the stage that would always come out. And she's just so fabulous.
When you think about like the Cher hour and like the Carol Burnett show and like how Bob Mackie was just like fucking doing
Costumes.
15 costumes a week, you know, whatever, probably more, of all of their fabulous outfits, and that was like part of the budget. Yeah. Let's put some money back into TV.
Right?
Everything's reality TV.
I know.
I mean, ironic, but you know what I mean? It's just like, I miss the glamour.
I miss stuff like that where it's just like, and now I'm going to perform. It's like, and now this is just going to be really fabulous on television.
I know Maya Rudolph keeps trying to like make the variety show come back, and
Yeah.
I always watch it, and then it always gets canceled. So I think maybe because they kept saying, oh, it seemed more Madonna.
Right.
I guess that's because the look was kind of Madonna, you know, with the gold.
Right. Sure.
But I don't know. I mean, I thought this was
pretty
I thought this
disco
was good,
Cher.
and I could really understand her lyrics.
Yes.
Make some hits, flash my tits. God, I gotta stop wearing all this cheap crap.
Cheap costumes, like that was a really funny
It was
moment
really
because
fun.
she slipped on her cape. Like in the very first, I was like, oh no, she slipped on the cape. Get rid of that cape, and then she did, and I was like, yes.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was fun. I was entertained. I was like watching it.
Yeah.
And then Asia comes out, and I'm just like, oh no.
It was pretty much a train wreck.
You're busy with kids. Snap out of it. What almond overs you a scene in?
Like the judges said, I very much was like, okay, no, wait. That dancer was the hottest one? Or was that... Oh, wait,
I mean,
no.
it helped that they were all kind of lined up.
Right? And I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the blonde with the big butt. Okay, no, wait. No, his ass. Wait. Uh-huh. And then there were some good bulges in the rehearsal. I was like, I definitely noticed.
She was like a total mess, train wreck, terrible. And then like in the last 5 seconds, she like got it back. Like she's just like, oh, I messed all of those words up back there. Like breaking the wall, this just happened.
I screwed up all those words. They get struck by the moon, slap Nick Cage, make them swoon. Snap out of it, bitches.
Oh, I mean, it's not going to keep you out of being in bottom, but like, oh,
Cher showed up for 5 seconds.
You kind of brought it back for like a hot second. Cool, okay. So then next was Eureka O'Hara, and she came out, and I was like, oh my god, it's Mimi on first. The makeup was like, I was like, oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
She's gonna, don't let her pick you up.
Oh no. And she comes out, and she was very temporary at first.
She was very tepid. It was really like...
Yeah, just timid.
Timid.
Tepid as water.
Yes. So...
I mean,
T words.
tepid is, you know, medium.
Yeah,
you know? Anyway,
exactly.
It doesn't matter. She was having kind of fun with it, and I did love like the backup dancers put on little sailor hats.
Oh, I totally missed that.
You weren't
Oh
there
no, wait,
with
wait,
the backup dancers?
and then when they had the
put
cannon.
the cannon between her legs, and I was like, yes, to this, because that music video is everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put on little sailor hats.
Oh my god. With veils.
And then all my bridesmaids are gonna wear sailor hats. That sounds with so veils, you know?
Oh my god, they're planning our weddings already.
So I thought she was gonna be safe.
I thought she could have been in the bottom
Could have been in the bottom 3. Oh, for sure. But like I thought she was ultimately gonna be safe.
Oh, totally.
And then last was Ms. Cracker.
The Cracker.
Who was the Cracker? Who I mean, I thought she did the most makeup transformation. Like,
Sure.
She was painted for the gods. And I was like, whoa, like, she really made her face look Cher-ish.
Yeah, I thought, though, that she really turned out the, like, auto-tune, like, well, I don't know.
I didn't think it was sold, and then maybe it's not her fault, because I didn't think it was that auto-tuned. Like, it wasn't, like, crazy.
No, I think they could have done more with it.
They could have turned up whatever.
Well, I think beyond turning up the auto-tune, I think that the song could have really done more with it.
Yeah,
That wasn't necessarily her fault. Maybe also it's because, like, that's when I really came to know that Cher guy. I told you that story. When I was little and Believe came out.
Where is the story going?
I was like,
no idea what you're talking about.
Like 8-year-old Andrew was like,
Yeah.
oh, I really like this Cher guy.
What? What?
I never told you this story.
No!
Because do you believe in love? Like it sounded like a guy. I don't know.
That's amazing. The face looked great. I was confused by the body. She had no tits.
No.
And a big ass, which isn't Cher.
Uh-uh.
I thought she did a good job.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
Somehow it didn't click, you know? It was like almost there. And
Yeah.
I thought she did get a lot of the sounding like Cher-isms or whatever.
Yes.
But like they were saying, you couldn't really understand. It was kind of garbled.
Sure.
And maybe that's kind of what didn't sell those jokes. 'Cause
Maybe.
I didn't get to hear all of the lyrics. And then they all come on and they all say, "Wagon wheel Watusi." And then they all have roaches.
Oh, right. Cher and roaches and roaches
The
and
only
Cher.
thing that'll be left after a nuclear winter is Cher and roaches or whatever. I don't know why it turned into like a hoedown, but and that was silly and fun.
Yeah. So another commercial break, and then we'll be back with the Runway and Untucked. Category is glitterific.
First down the runway was Cameron Michaels. I thought she looked really pretty. The face was I like the wig and like the little ploop ploop of like confetti sparkles in her hair. I thought the pantsuit, or I guess it was more of a jumpsuit, could have been tailored in a more flattering way. The pants were real slacks, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like a jumpsuit.
It was like
with slacks isn't the cutest look. I think the pants could have been a little more tapered.
Okay.
And it would have given her more of a shape because it was really like boy chest.
Well, yes, it was like man
full
chest.
boy.
Yeah.
And then loose slacks. And so I didn't dislike it, but I just thought with a few little like, and she wasn't really cinched in the waist.
No.
And just like usually she's so on point about her body. that I was like, it just isn't quite there. Like, oh, I could have used a few little nips and tucks here and there, and it would have really put it over the edge.
I agree. So then next was Monet Exchange. And she came out, and at first I was like, yeah, okay. And then it was like, oh, this is more and more of a mess.
Yeah, well, I was like, oh, this is like a different, edgier look for her. She's trying it. I liked the ideas. I thought the big, smoky black eye looked cool with like I don't even know, it looked almost like feathered glitter. Like, I thought her head looked cool and different.
Yeah.
And dramatic.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, okay, there's like this glittering see-through kind of bodysuit, but it's got that triangle neckline, which always makes you look like your boobs are small, unless you have huge tits. So I was like, well, you could have put a little tits in there. That would have been nice. And then she turned around and was like, well, you could have not shown the tape, the double-sided tape. It was just like it kept kind of falling apart in front of your eyes.
Yep.
You'd be like,
Yep.
oh. It was just boy. Like, I don't think she patted it at all.
No.
Like, she said, this is all me or something like
I
that.
think
Which
part
is
of
a
that
nice
was because it's
sentiment,
sheer. But yes, it's
But like they were like, we can see your dick.
yeah, ultimately it's like, well, what's going on
It's
here?
a quick way to ruin the illusion when we can see your dick. So the next was the Vixen in this look that was right on the edge of crafty.
Cute
It
enough?
fit impeccably.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't look crafty as
Yeah.
shit. Because it totally could have been like, what's this construction paper cage? What's happening? No.
Right.
but somehow it really did
worked.
work.
I thought it looked really cool. I
Yeah.
really liked this, actually.
No, I thought this was probably her best look.
I think maybe.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. The next was Aquaria serving some, Met Gala realness. She didn't even know.
Oh, right, Heavenly Bodies.
Yeah.
I thought this was cool. I mean, she's got this, like, Virgin Mary kind of... I mean, it looks like she was... like an extra at the party in Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet.
Absolutely.
Like in the background dancing with Mercutio, like, yes! It was like,
yes.
You're there, I'm here, I'm with you.
Yes.
And she's like glittered out her
Love the
eyes, and it looked really cool.
It looked really cool.
I thought this was awesome.
I really liked this
Yeah.
a lot. It was like different and creative, and she gives a good runway.
Mm-hmm. Next on the runway was Asia O'Hara in this like couture glitter clown look, and I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't mad at it. At first I was like, oh no, and then I was like, wait, like this looks good.
Yeah, because it was very well made.
Yeah.
Which obviously helped. It didn't look
A
like
lot.
a costume. Like
No.
it was really fun and cheeky, and like I loved this.
I really
actually.
liked
I thought
it,
it was really
actually.
good. She really sold it.
Yeah.
She looked like kind of like a club kid.
Well, I loved her makeup was like cheeky fun without being
Like
too
clown.
Exactly.
Like she didn't like go full clown.
No.
She kept it glamorous. So she
Yes.
was like somehow like combination of like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow in some ways, and I was into it. I liked it. This
Yeah.
like curly paper wig.
Yeah.
It was like
just
so
kind of
cute.
sticking out. Yeah. It was glamour clown, and that's a hard thing to pull off, but she did.
I thought she did. I really liked this. I
Yeah.
thought it was super cute.
Yeah. So then next was Eureka, looking like Alexis Michelle in like her Meet the Queens look.
Yeah.
It was the same iridescent like trapezoids.
Once again, her body was snatched.
Uh-huh.
I actually really liked her hair. Usually, we give her shit about her
Her
looks
Chianti, yeah, her looks.
because they seem like, what does this have to do with the
Right.
look? This fit.
I
This was
agree.
like painted the same color. I thought it all went together. I didn't love the makeup, with like, it seemed like
I
why?
agree.
This is
Where-
already pretty busy.
Yeah. Again, she
gilded the lily.
She needs to just Coco Chanel it a little bit here
Yeah,
and there.
yeah,
Where it's just
yeah.
like, oh, maybe I don't need all these lines on my face.
Exactly.
Save the time.
So then last on the runway was Miss Cracker. Brianna Cracker.
The Cracker.
The Cracker. In this, I loved this. I thought this was really cool.
I thought it was really cool.
It sort of had this like Joan Collins and Dynasty on one side, and then on the other side it was like vomiting skull Met Gala fascinator.
Yeah.
Which is a phrase I never thought I would say.
No.
And I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought she looked gorgeous. Like the hair was all really great. I think this is my favorite look of hers.
I think so.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it was
too.
sort of like Alien Covenant, like Ripley goes to the Met Gala, and I was like,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a yes. During the judging, this is when we get Ru being like, well, during the Vixen's performance was when I had a chance to check out the dancers' asses.
Asia O'Hara. It was during this number that I checked out the dancers' asses.
So you were checking out I went and had my Grindr app. I mean, that whole thing was so funny. And then Michelle trying to justify saying temporary, and then Ru just being like, okay, girl, what? No, it's not. You fucked up.
She came out and she was a little temporary.
You said temporary. Did you mean tentative?
That too, but temporary mean it wasn't going to be forever.
Okay.
So Cameron wins, which was kind of surprising to me. I mean, it wasn't...
I wasn't wholly surprised.
No.
But in my mind, I was like, I feel like Miss Cracker could have won, Aquaria could have won, Monet could have won, and Cameron could have won.
Yes.
Like, they were all, for me, like, good runways or great runways,
Yep.
and good performances or great performances.
Except for Monet's bad runway.
But it was still, like, something.
Sure.
It had...
I think
it certainly had problems.
It seems like in real life, like
Mhm.
in person,
Yeah.
it was worse than it was on camera.
Probably. There was a lot of tops this week.
Yes.
So I'm glad that she got a win under her belt, and hopefully that'll give her some confidence to, like...
Yeah.
rock
I
it
like
forward.
Cameron. I really
Cameron
like
a
this
lot.
whole cast. I've been very pleased with this season of
Yeah.
like, it's like a fun,
Mix.
talented, interesting mix of people.
Yeah. And then, not surprisingly, the Vixen and Asia are in the bottom. And
Like
it's
they should have been last week.
we find out they get to lip sync to Groove is in the Heart by D-Light. And I was like, yes! I was so excited. I love the song.
Yes, who
It's going to
doesn't?
be stuck in my head.
Groove is in the heart.
Oh, it's so good. So I was like really excited, and I was like, we better get a good fucking lip sync because there's been 2 messy lip syncs 2 weeks in a row, and I'm ready for it, and oh boy, did Asia deliver. I I mean, the Vixen was also good.
The Vixen was very good. It started off and she's fucking playing an air instrument again, and I was like,
playing air bass. And I was like, no.
No. This needs to stop.
Just from the get, Asia is just like owning it.
Yeah.
She's the sassy, sexy clown, and she's dancing and she's singing. She's living this song. And the whole time, I mean, she didn't even do any stunts or pull out any craziness. She was just fucking living this
was just pulling
song.
you in.
And I was just like, yes! The whole time. I was so into
really
her.
were.
She was great!
She was really good.
I mean, and the Vixen was doing well, and she wasn't being messy like she has been.
No.
Because I was like,
Because
no more barrel rolls.
Right. She had been very frantic, and this was like a less frantic, much more calm and calculated lip sync.
But Asia just owned the
Asia
stage.
really did.
It like reinvigorated my love for Asia.
Okay.
I was like really into it. And then we watched Untucked, and, and it was
It's true. Yeah.
like, oh no, wait.
no, don't do that.
Oh,
You
no,
wouldn't do it.
no. Shh, it's fine, no. Asia wins. The Vixen goes home.
Which I think it was time.
Yeah.
3 times in the bottom,
Yeah.
lip syncing.
I mean, the Vixen was good, but Asia was better.
Absolutely.
In the lip sync.
And in general, in the competition.
Yeah. So this week on Untucked.
It was kind of like a boring Untucked.
It was a super boring Untucked. Not a lot happened.
Which
I just
is
love
fine.
that the whole time Aquaria is basically Ariana Grande.
God.
I mean, she's just like. And then at one point she's just talking to herself.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
girls, I don't know who's anywhere. Is she in the room? I can't tell. Who am I talking to? And they're just like, you're literally talking to no one, Aquaria. Like there's no one on that side of the room. It was so funny. And then Asia was just spiraling a bit.
Yes.
You know, she's like, well, my part, being movie star Cher was like the worst part.
Right, no one could make that work and blah, blah, blah.
In some ways, that was a harder thing to do, and it was kind of like not the best verse. It was a lot of like, snap out of it, snap out of it, snap out of it, snap out of it. It wasn't that exciting.
Right.
But I was thinking about it like, oh, if Eureka was doing that or something, it would have been really funny.
Or I think of Monet. I think Monet could have really done a good job with it.
Yeah, that would have been fun too. So I think in some ways she's correct that it was a harder part. In some ways, no.
I just felt like from the beginning, there was zero opportunity for success with that part.
I think the biggest problem was that and I could tell this at the very beginning, she went into it, once she got that part, she was defeated.
Yeah.
And she was just like, well, I don't even know what to do with this. And it's like, well, then you're not going to succeed.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And then we get a real boring conversation between Eureka and Cameron in the second smoking loading dock room. Yeah, this was the moment when I was like, what's missing? Monique.
Yes.
This is Untucked, girl. Let your dick out and talk.
And then we get a weird conversation between Miss Cracker and Aquaria, where Miss Cracker decides that she needs to tell Aquaria to stop being so confident.
Right.
Aquaria, if you're next to someone who's like, God, I don't know what's happening next, and you're like, I do. I'm winning.
I'm sorry, I think I missed something.
It could be hard.
It was like a real roundabout way. I was like,
very vague, and it's like, girl, just say what you're trying to say.
And Aquaria's like,
what?
What are you talking about?
And then she's like, do you need me to say it again?
Yeah, I was like, I do. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're saying.
This was so strange to me because it really was like the example that was given was something that seemed to me so clearly a joke, just even from the way that Ms. Cracker was explaining it.
I'm gonna win,
Right.
Do you want me to say it again or different? Like, which part?
Well, I mean, I don't, what does that have to do with anything?
I just loved Aquaria being like, what? Huh? What? Do you need to spell it out for you? No, I can't see.
I'm gonna lose at some point if I don't win. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll get mine or I won't get mine.
Basically, I just think that Ms. Cracker is like,
I think she's feeling the pressure.
feeling the pressure and feeling that Aquaria is succeeding, where
surpassing.
Succeeding in areas where Miss Cracker should be succeeding.
Yes.
I'm sure it was a huge blow to her that Aquaria won Snatch Game.
Right.
And she wasn't even in the top.
Right.
Like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do love that Aquaria could kind of give a shit. Not in a dismissive way, but she's just like, okay, I mean, if that's how you feel, like she just is not internalizing it or taking it in. I don't know. I think she's really becoming fun and coming out of her shell.
Well, Yeah,
and,
I
like,
agree.
trying, like, she has said, like, I'm socially a bit awkward and I'm not really very good with people.
Right.
But I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just gonna be me.
So it was a fun week.
It was a good episode. Once again, I can't say it enough. I'm really missing Monique.
I know.
I'm really missing her and the fun and the lightness that she
Yep.
brought to the show.
I agree.
But we will have to surpass it and move on and just cross our fingers until the reunion / the finale because I can't wait. Can't wait.
Please make sure to subscribe. Oh, wait. No, damn it. I messed it up.
Subscribe.
Share. Down. Down.
There's a down for us.
A place and down
for us. So, cheers to next week.
Yes.
And I can't wait.
And cheers to Cher.
Horowitz.
Ugh, as if.